Hi, friends. So we are back yet again for another podcast on our channel, and this time we are going to discuss about a bowler who has grown through the ranks, seen a lot, and now made himself into one of, if not the best pacer in the cricketing era. Yes, you guessed it right. It's none other than the one and only Jasprit Bumrah, a tall, lanky pacer who burst onto the scene in the IPL 2013 season and got the prize sculpt of someone like a Virat Kohli in his first ever game in the IPL. And now, what a journey it's been from there to being the player of the tournament in the recently concluded T20 World Cup. On that occasion, I would like to invite two of my guests, Shubhradeep Godo and Ritik Roy. So, my first question to Shubhradeep would be, what's your thought on Bumrah the bowler? Do you rate him as one of the best pacers, not just in limited overs, but across all three formats in the current era?
Well, certainly, without a shadow of doubt, I see Bumrah as the all-format best fast bowler of the current lot. Who do we have at the second option? We don't have much, to be honest. You know how much debate I have with some of your friends on that kind of a criteria, position, or question. You know, most of them come up with the same name, Mitchell Stark. But as I just wanted to say that Stark always gets the best conditions to bowl with the Kookaburra ball. Bowls in the Australia, the bouncy conditions in Brisbane and Perth. Bumrah doesn't get it much. And when you go in the past era, not much, just a decade ago, who do we have to kind of give a fight to Bumrah? It was Dale Steyn. So in the current era, obviously they have specific bowlers in great ones. Like you have so many spinners coming in the ranks for the T20s. You have so many bowlers for the ODIs. You have Jimmy for the Test matches, but you don't have someone who is common in all the formats. Skip, your name is Jasprit Bumrah. What I love about Bumrah, what's the thing that impressed me a lot is the maturity and understanding of situation. What Bumrah has shown over the years is maturity. I love the maturity has shown over the years, man. That's so important as a bowler to grow art of bowling. It's such an important job, and I think Bumrah has done a brilliant job in that kind of thing. And without a doubt, he is my
Yeah, also, I mean, what I think is Bumrah is someone who learns quickly from his mistakes. He can adapt to any surface, and he has so many variations up his sleeve. I remember
yeah.
that India England test series, which was in January or February, I guess. So that first match, and even in the ODI World Cup, he bowled that in swinger to Root and got him LBW. And by the second match, Root was already ready to save his pads. He was just trying to be careful that he was not gonna get LBW yet again. And then he cunningly bowled an outswinger that caught Root's outside edge and flown to the slip.
Yeah, that's what I said. Maturity, understanding the situation. When you are facing a batsman, as a batsman, you always think about the bowler. What's his plan? What's he going to do? Is it an outswing? Is it an in swing? Or is it a slow ball? Whatever. As a bowler, when you are standing and you run up, you are also thinking that what the batsman is coming at you. Is he coming to reverse? Is he coming to? Is he waiting for in swinger? Should I have a deep square leg and bowl a Yorker? Should he? Is he ready for a short ball already? Should I bluff him? And all these kind of things. And maturity always grows you as a bowler. When you toot some at a place, then you have to make sure that when you goes to another place for the second time, you are already experienced enough of the conditions. And Bumrah has been brilliant. When he has toured at a country for the second time, he knows everything of the place, everything, and understanding the base. And one thing is very good, as you mentioned, just quick learning. He's quite quick learning. You see some of the fast bowlers understanding or getting the line length right by the time you reach towards the fag end of the series. Not for Bumrah. He starts on the very first ball. Very first ball of the series right on the money. So he is the reason. There's the reason why he is what he is actually.
Yes. So now my next question to Ritik would be, what do you think makes Bumrah so special? I mean, everyone knows he has that unique action. It's difficult to pick his action, especially if you are someone new to the arena. But then, what's your view of Bumrah? What makes him so special?
Well, I think Shubhradeep just mentioned alongside you some of the points that makes him so special. One thing I would like to draw a comparison. So, if you see, let's say we compare these two bowlers, Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah, two really fine bowlers. Of course, Siraj being much behind in terms of stats, but I've always felt that Siraj maybe he's someone who can maybe he has many would say he has a proper action, he gets his basics right, but Bumrah, the ability to learn quickly. and to adapt to the way the batsman is batting, to the way the pitch is behaving, the conditions and
Yeah,
everything. I
I mean,
think that makes him
Bumrah
special.
in one of his recent interviews in the T20 World Cup, I think that was after the Pakistan game when he told in the interview that I'm not, I have got a good Yorker, but sometimes you need to put your ego aside and you also need to bowl according to the conditions. It's not like every time I will come to bowl at the death, I will bowl the Yorker. Maybe some batter are very good against the fuller ball, then I might bowl an odd bouncer or might bowl a flurry of slower balls. So he always prioritizes the condition and keeps his ego aside while bowling.
Well, as they say, mind is the greatest weapon sometimes.
Yeah. So I mean, and ever since his comeback, I think, I mean, he's become even better. I mean, ever since he came back in that Ireland series and then the Asia Cup, it's just been impossible to hit Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, even in the IPL when 250 to 70 runs were being scored, on his worst day he was being hit for maybe 30, 35.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now that, I mean, there's a notion that Jasprit Bumrah is very good in white ball, which is definitely true. But what's your view of Jasprit Bumrah, the red ball bowler, Shubhradeep?
Well, as I said, maturity, understanding the conditions pretty fast. To be honest, I remember the 2018. I think it was 2020.
Yeah,
The fourth.
2018 Cape Town, he got the cap, and his first Test wicket was yet another legend, Abby de Villiers.
And he never looked back. I mean, he went to Australia in the first series. I mean, sometimes you, just as Ritik just mentioned, the ego, keeping your ego aside, that's first vital as a fast bowler. Sometimes I see this Siraj when he gets into a war between the batsmen or a bowler, he bowls a barrage of short balls. Now that's ego. That's full ego. You just the batsman knows I have a fight with him. He will go for the short ball. So he's always ready on his back foot. With Bumrah, it's a bit of opposite. He knows the batsman is ready on the back foot. He's expecting a
Yeah, I
short
mean,
ball.
Bumrah can always surprise you, even in that Lord's Test, that famous Lord's Test of 2021, where India got England all out in some 50 odd overs. I remember at one stage, Butler and Robinson were so defiant, and it looked like they would take England to a draw. And then Bumrah all of a sudden came around the wicket,
Again,
slipped in a slower off spinner type of a delivery, and Robinson just had no reply, plumb, gone.
that's what he is. He knows something better than you, and I think sometimes it feels that he can see the future. It feels like so. I mean, he knows what the batsman is thinking. He knows the planning of the batsman, and a very good thing about understanding Bumrah, the bowler, is I think it's also important. How do you manage yourself? How do you see yourself kind of building your body, building your character in a ball, a spell? How do you focus on making the batter make a false shot? And that's the thing about Bumrah has been growing over the years, and I think more over the I think that as the time will go on, he will learn more. He will learn more, especially in the STM condition. He's already have a brilliant Yorker. Yeah, I have to. I mean, Ollie Pope knows it better than all of us how
Yeah,
good
I mean,
his
Test
Yorker
cricket,
is.
I think Bumrah on his first tours to England, Australia, and South Africa,
Yeah,
everywhere he got a fifer in his first tour
even
in
West Indies.
2018.
Yeah,
In Johannesburg, South Africa, then I think in Trent Bridge he took one, and then that special spell at MCG, especially that Sean Marsh ball, which I remember,
everyone remember
where he
the slow
slipped in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
delivery.
slower ball, Sean Marsh gone, plumb, and then a booming in swinger to Travis Head, again gone.
Yeah. Hey, that's a maturity and that's the experience and quick learner, as I said, understanding the length line. What happens when you have a 5 match series? All right, you have a 5 match series, all the bowlers starting. By the time you reach your fourth or fifth test matches, the other bowlers understand the condition, other bowlers find their line and length.
Yes.
And that's what lacks in the best bowlers and a decent kind of average bowler. It's not the thing with Bumrah. He understands the ball length, he understands the line from the very first over of his series, and that's what always makes the captain very comfortable with his plannings, isn't it?
Yes. Ritik, now I would like to ask you that currently, where do you see Bumrah in the league of top fast bowlers? I mean, there are a plethora of fast bowlers ruling the world cricket at the moment. Especially if I talk of Test cricket, there will be names coming up like Pat Cummins, Tagiso Rabada, Josh Hazelwood, maybe. But then
Right.
among all these stalwarts, where do you see Jasprit Bumrah?
Like you mentioned, so whenever the names of the top bowler comes up, Jasprit Bumrah, Kagiso Rabada, someone like Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood, these names always come up. But like I mentioned, that when you are talking of, let's say, all the three formats, Jasprit Bumrah is right there sitting at the top. I mean, if you talk about test matches, Kagiso Rabada, he's brilliant. Pat Cummins, he's brilliant. But then a combination of both, being able to adjust both to the longer format as well as the limited format.
If we go stats wise, I think minimum 150 wickets condition if we take, then Bumrah has the second ever best bowling average in Test cricket. But
Well,
one
that
thing which
brings me to
impresses
my
me
point.
is Bumrah can
Yeah,
bowl on any sort of a pitch, even on Indian dusty pitches. He can bowl reverse swing. Then on English soil, he can bowl those genuine outswingers and in-swingers. And then on Australia, he can hit the deck and bowl you vicious bouncers.
all three formats less than 24 average. If you see, going by the stats, that's, I mean, that speaks volumes, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I will also like to ask both of you regarding one special game where you remember some special spells of Umrah. I mean, already we have had discussions on a couple of spells, but any particular spell which you like to watch again and again and again, it impresses you. So, Shubhadeep.
My favorite two, not favorite one, but I have a couple of favorite spells of Bumrah. One in Savannah Park, Jamaica. That was in 2019 West Indies tour. He
Yeah,
finished
I
his
think he
tour
got a
at
hat trick in
27.
that match.
He got a hat trick. And the ball that I loved the most was Darren Bravo. That was an absolute in-swinging pitch delivery. Play if you can. No way he could have played it. I think Kohli had the reaction of like, how do you bowl that?
Yes,
And that was his only second year. Second year in your test career, you bowled that delivery. That was Savannah Park 6 for 27. And another game I always remember is just before the COVID. They were in Kensington Oval 2022, 2021. England playing England, and they're defending something around 300. England have a 100 and partnership, opening partnership. Shardul Thakur came back to break the partnership, and then there was a period of dryness, no wickets down. They needed a wicket badly. They brought back Bumrah, and then he bowled that kind of. He set Olipo. How did he set Olipo? He bowled one outswinger, in swinger, outswinger, in swinger. Olipop expected it to be either an in swinger or outswinger. He bowled a short ball. Now the last ball is coming. He's expecting expecting either it to be a outswinger or in swinger, and he bowled the ball, and he just held this line absolutely straighten up, gets the edge, gone. Four balls later, he got Johnny Bairstow with an absolute brilliant Yorker. And the setup was again a brilliant outswinger, in swinger, short ball. Bears to expected again in swinger, and it came the outswinging Yorker, absolutely from the angle one, and that was a pitch delivery. 2 for 27 in his 22 overs against on that dead pitch. 1.7 economy on a ground on conditions when the others went for over than 3 economy. That's specialty of Jasprit Bumrah. My favorite two test spells, as you mentioned.
yes. Also, Ritik, one special spell of the one and only Bumrah.
I think this dates back to December 2018. That spell against Australia, 6 for 33, helping Australia dismiss for some very cheaply, some 151 odd runs. I mean, who can forget that spell? One of my special spells
Yes, I
of
mean,
Jasprit Bumrah.
especially on that MCG deck where he used the variation so well. First, that bouncer to Marcus Harris, then that slower ball to Sean Marsh, and then the Bumrah special Yorker
I think
to
of that
Travis Head.
ball to Sean Marsh, I can just speak on and on and on. That setup, I mean, the variation, just out of the world, I must say.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's enough for today. So, I mean, thanks to both of you and also to the viewers who are watching this video. Please keep loving and supporting us, and please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Also, press the bell icon for further updates. Thanks, everyone. We will be back again with some other exciting content.